guess who has a mic? Even though I have the ability to clip this mic on myself, I would choose to hold it like every TikToker does. Ding. Hello, my name is Denise Berry. I talk about mental health content and just anything that can help you through your self-help journey. I'm here. We're here together. So if you have followed me from TikTok, then thank you so much for supporting my channel. I will be consistently uploading a video every week on Sunday at noon Central Standard Time. Thank you for supporting me and watching me go through this YouTube journey. So I'm going to talk about adventure therapy. For those of you who do not know what adventure therapy, or this is the first time you're hearing about adventure therapy is a form of therapeutic practice where you take the patient outside of their comfort zone so they'll learn how to deal with life's challenges in a different setting. For example, a form of adventure therapy can be hiking. You would use the terrain that you're hiking on as a metaphor of life. Some terrain will be flat, some will be on the incline, some will be bumpy, but either way, once you get to the end of your hiking journey, you will see the trials and tribulations as worth it because of the outcome of the hiking adventure, which is my best way of explaining it. When I was in a shelter, I was introduced to adventure therapy. They tend to take us on outings, and one of the outings that I was taken on was a rock climbing outing. Rock climbing really helped me become present at the time. It helped me build my physical strength, my mental strength. It made me feel really good about myself, surprisingly. After a while, I started going with an organization that help underprivileged and marginalized groups of people get access to outdoor adventure, such as rock climbing, biking, kayaking, and recently ice climbing, which is something fairly new to me. How did adventure therapy impact my life, and why do I think you should do it as well? For one, compared to like the regular therapy where you're sitting down and you're talking to a therapist about your problems, some people aren't at the stage with sharing really personal details about their lives. Like when you go to a therapist, you have to be mentally ready to be uncomfortable about talking about certain taboo things that you have never told anyone. And that is something that some people need to adjust into. You know, some therapists actually have that as an option, but my therapist does not. Adventure therapy made me realize that I can handle big challenges. When I first went camping was just something I always seen on TV, and it was never really something I thought I would be able to do. Sleep outside in a tent in the cold. Like I never thought I would be able to do these things, let alone survive doing these things. But the fact that I was put in an element that forced me to be uncomfortable and forced me to use the resources that I had available, it made me realize, oh shoot, Denise is really resourceful. Oh shoot, Denise can actually overcome difficult obstacles. One of the things that I ended up doing on this trip was kayaking 10 miles to an island. For those who have never kayaked before, you will be worked and pushed beyond your limits, especially if you're with other experienced kayakers. This was probably my third time kayaking. I'm just a spontaneous person. I love to do things off the whim, and I'm like, you know what? Why not? Let's do it. And these are really harsh waters that I was kayaking on. This is such a beautiful metaphor of life. I was able to see how far the island was from where I was at. My brain was thinking, how in the freaking heck am I going to get from here to there? Like, how am I going to get there? Like, my brain couldn't even compute that. And on top of that, the waters were acting up, honey. The waters was watering. Like, it was cold outside. Those waters was shaking the boat. Oh my God, y'all. Like, and the water was cold. The water was not warm. It was cold. And I ended up kayaking for like an hour or two straight. We took a couple of rests here and there. And before I knew it, something that seemed so far away from me was now here. I went on the island. We walked around for a little bit. We had lunch and we went to go see the sea caves on the island. Y'all, it was so beautiful. It was such a beautiful day. Those sea caves felt like something out of a Marvel movie. And I would have never got to experience that if I would have let my mind take control of my body. One thing I love about adventure therapy is that it actively dispels certain mindsets that you have. In my mind, while looking at how far the island was, I could have came up with so many excuses and reasonings as of why I couldn't do it. I was able to use all of that in life. For example, the island can be a goal that I have, and the water can just be a metaphor for what I have to go through to get to that goal. There were some moments where the water was calm. There was some moments where the water was rocky. There was other moments when the water was like in this like really weird in between state. There were some moments where the wind was pushing us the opposite direction. So we had to put in more effort to keep on kayaking. Like there were so many representations of life from me simply paddling to an island that I didn't even realize until I left the trip. The wind pushing us towards a different direction. How many situations come into your lives that actively move you away from your goals? So you actually have to work harder to get back on track once this thing comes in and sweeps you away. Because if you just let the wind take you, you will not only end up on a completely different route, it will take you way longer to get to your final destination than it could have taken you before. The current of the water was even a metaphor for life. Sometimes the water was just really still and it was really easy for us to just paddle through it. Sometimes we were talking while we were paddling. Other times we were just quiet and we just wanted to get to the destination. And then the water was just tripping. Like I'm talking about, it was just straight tripping. I literally had to get connected to one of the other paddlers because I was falling behind, and we had to really move as a group, as like a unit. What I got from adventure therapy is that anything can be a metaphor for what you're going through. From rock climbing. If you've ever seen a rock climbing facility, you can see how high and how tall those things go up. And if you've ever like gone rock climbing, you know how sore your body gets. You know how much like your leg tenses up and your shoulders kind of get sore. You're catching cramps in places that you never thought you'll be able to catch cramps in. But you're still going up there. And every time you look down, you're like, dang, that's a long way down. And you look up, you're like, dang, that's a long way. But your body's like, oh my God, I want to stop. Like, I want to stop. I want to like, I need rest. Crazy thing about it, you can rest in the middle of your rock climb. All you have to do is tell the person that is belaying you, I need to take a break, and you're able to take as long of a break as possible. I'm not talking for like 2 hours break, but you know what I'm trying to say. And that too is a metaphor for life. You can be going through something that is that is mentally like tiring, but all you have in mind is I have to finish. And once you reach the top of the mountain or the rock climbing facility and you kind of get to either rest there, you get to realize how far you've come. It almost amazes me how high I was able to climb. And the thing is, sometimes you don't realize how far you've come until you look back and you see how small everything else is in life, if that makes sense. When you reach the top of the mountain, you are able to see everything. Like your entire perspective changes once you reach the top. Even though your body's hurting, like your leg is starting to cramp, all of that really fades away. And the only thing that is really present is you and the view that you're seeing. Like you're looking at the beautiful trees and the amazing sunset, and you're realizing that everything that you did up to that moment was worth it. Your leg cramping up in the middle of the hike, you carrying that heavy ass bottle of water, it was worth it to see this beautiful scenery, something that you will never see at that moment in time again. It is so worth it. I'm reading this book. It's called Destination Wellness: Global Secrets for Better Living Wherever You Are by Annie Daly. I don't know. And y'all, this book is literally filled with gems. I got it from Anthropology. This is a good book, y'all. It basically talks about a journalist going to different parts of the world to see how different groups of people prioritize rest in their mental health. It really shed a spotlight on how much America is so disconnected to the world in general. The fact that America spends the most money on wellness, yet we are the most unhealthy out of everyone in the world, is freaking crazy to me and really counterproductive. Obviously, we're doing something wrong. Salt rock is not going to help me better my mood. I need to go outside and I need to connect with nature. Connecting with nature has made me the most happiest person ever. Like, just connecting with trees, like being outside makes me genuinely happy. There's literally people on the other side of the world that takes hikes, that goes outside on a daily basis. Their day literally doesn't start until I go outside, until I take a breath of fresh air, until I just experience Mother Nature. And we in the States will feel comfortable with staying inside for freaking like for freaking 2 weeks at a time, because that is our normal. And then after we stay inside for 2 weeks at a time, we're like, oh, this green smoothie will help me boost my energy. That's crazy. So just looking at how other cultures and how other groups of people prioritize their health makes me realize that I need to do something different, and not let me buy a protein shake different. Oh, let me get a new set of crystals different. I need to evaluate how I see health and how I see my mental health. The wellness industry in America is a multi-billion-dollar industry, yet we are still depressed. We still have crazy amounts of anxiety because we are disconnected with Mother Gaia, with God's natural beauty. To tie this together, like, if you think that sitting down and talking to somebody for an hour a week isn't going to help you at this season of your life, try adventure therapy. Whether it's hiking, whether it's camping, whether it's rock climbing, look up different organizations in your area and see if you're able to partner with them. And maybe having that as your therapy until you want to actually talk to a licensed therapist. Maybe you going twice a month, or if you're able to afford it, once a week. If you're able to find out different nonprofits that caters to having adventure therapy. If you are in the Chicago area, I will have some rock climbing groups in the comment section below to just help you become a step closer to your mental health goals. Okay, y'all, that's the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and just my tips on how to be a better person. If you guys are really interested in the book, I will link the book that I was talking about in the description box below. Y'all, it is so freaking good. Like, it is so good. If you guys love this type of comment. You guys love this type of content, I am pretty sure. Why am I talking? If you guys love this type of content, then you will love these two videos right here. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And all of my social medias and everything used for this video will be linked down below. All right, bye, you guys. I get to use the bathroom.